To lower the feed dogs, reach over to the side of the machine where there is a little box and push it all the way in. You can also watch them go down. Now, when that box stays indented, that means that they will stay down completely. Some people will push that in, they will go down, but they won't push it in all the way, and that box will come out flush with the side of the machine. And then when they start sewing, they realize they'll re-engage after the first stitch. So make sure you give it a good push. When you lower the feed dogs, there's a couple reasons. Number one, I use it when I sew buttons on. So even though when I use stitch number 60 in the buttonhole menu to sew buttons on, the stitch length is reduced to 0, so it can only go back and forth. I don't want the feed dogs doing this on the bottom of my button, so I lower them. You'll also use it for free motion quilting, and if you're using the Bernina stitch regulator, you'll be required to lower it. There's even a picture on your screen indicating with a yellow mark when those feed dogs are down. Now, once you start sewing, after you've raised them back up, so I'm going to go ahead and push them back in and release it so it's flush. The little picture on screen has come and removed, but I do not see the feed dogs coming back up yet. Not until you actually take a stitch, and you might even be able to hear them. Then they'll come back up when they're ready to sew. Now here's one more reason to lower the feed dogs down, is it makes it a little easier to remove your stitch plate. So then it's a lot easier to get in and out, and then go ahead and put that on. Also too, I usually like to remove the foot when I go to put the stitch plate on. That way, and since there's a little thread in here, I'll pull that out. Yep, oh, that's the bobbin case, that's right. I'll just cut that really close, and then it won't be a problem. I always forget that. Sitting there. It's so nice, I kind of forget about it, and then when I see it, I think it's an extra thread. All right, so stitch plate back on. When the feed dogs are down, it makes it a little bit easier to get everything lined back up. It really is. There we go. And then bring them back up, and when you start to sew, they will be back into position.